Hey guys, how's it going? It's Infernomen again, and welcome to week 2 of the Elite Battle League. Last week, of course, we took on our friend Matty Ice and the Atlanta Braviary, coming out with our first win of the season. This week, we are taking on a tough challenger, our friend Jechnician of the New Brunswick Ninetales. He did lose last season, but he got the MVP of the division with his Zekrom, who got 2 kills, I believe. You know, I'm not going to go into the MVP details because I actually had Tapu Lele as the MVP for a little bit, but that was a mess up on Matt's part, which no problem, Matt. I'm not trying to put the blame on you. You apologized so many times and I felt bad, and it's completely fine. Anyways, with that out of the way, so the point I'm trying to make here is that Jek has an MVP that we have to look out for. So I'm kind of nervous for this match, more so than I was for Matt. Again, no offense to Matt. Man, I'm offending Matt so many times in this episode already, and we just hit 1 minute. Anywho, so right before we go into the match, the team that Jek has drafted this season in the EBL is Cryogonal, Zekrom, Bronzong, Tangrowth, Sylveon, Dusknoir, Dragalge, Snorlax, and Arcanine. So the 6 Pokemon I am predicting for Jek to bring this match are the Cryogonal. The reason for that is because last week when we were trash talking each other for fun, he said, next week it's my Snowflake versus your Ice Cream Cone. It is not his Snowflake against my Ice Cream Cone because I'm not bringing my Ice Cream Cone, so who knows? Maybe he's not bringing the Snowflake. Next I'm predicting Sylveon because he was trying to get Sylveon ready for our battle. That's what he said. He said, I want to get the right ability for Sylveon. If he doesn't bring it, he might have changed his mind, but I'm predicting Sylveon. Next I have Snorlax just because he loves his Snorlax. I feel like he's going to bring it like almost every week. So I think that's a guarantee, but we'll see if I'm right about that. Next is Zekrom. He said he's bringing Zekrom every week, especially after last week, so I'm guessing he's bringing that as well. And then the 2 Pokemon that... Wait, I've only said 3 so far, right? Sorry, I have my notes set up weird here. So yeah, I said Cryogonal, Sylveon, Snorlax, and Zekrom. Okay, I did say 4, never mind. The 5th one I'm predicting for him to bring is Bronzong, just because of setup and stuff like that. He started with it last week, so I'm predicting the Bronzong. And last but not least, I'm predicting Arcanine. He also brought that last week, and, you know, I'm just hoping that he brings it. But if he doesn't, I have his moveset for what he had last week, his Dragalge, and his Dusknoir moveset, but you can change movesets in the EBL, so who knows if he's changed it. But I'm going to connect with Jek now, and I will see you guys when we take him on. So see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we're here with Jek's Pokemon, and it looks like I got every single one right except for he brought Tangrowth instead of Arcanine. I was really expecting him to bring the Arcanine, but that's completely fine. I mean, I didn't bring 2 water types just because of the Arcanine. Poliwrath is there. And also the rule of the EBLs that we have to use every Pokemon we drafted at least once throughout the season. So Poliwrath is kind of here just so I can have that token, because I don't know like when I'm actually going to use them. But anyways, sorry, her. But seeing that I got everything right but the Arcanine, I still think he's going to start with the Bronzong, but if he starts with the Cryogonal, I was planning on starting with Incineroar anyway, so let's start with Incineroar, and then we'll choose everybody after that. Wish me luck, guys. I've been kind of nervous about this battle all week. I was nervous about Matt's match even though I knew his team, and you know, I had every right to be nervous. I almost lost. But at the same time, I almost... Never mind, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I barely won. I've been boasting to Matt about how I won and stuff like that just because, you know, that's what we were doing with each other, you know, making those kind of remarks and stuff like that. But he did battle really well, and him ending up with his Nidoking against my Raichu was just unfortunate for him alone. So I got lucky with that. But let's see how this match goes, because as you can see, I'm pretty prepared for basically everything but his Tangrowth. But if the Tangrowth ends up being an issue, I have Hawlucha for it, so you know, all is well. Alright, he's starting out with his Sylveon, actually. Wow, I didn't expect for him to start with Sylveon. Now I have no idea what his Sylveon has, but He was looking to get the secret ability, the hidden ability, so I know that this thing has Pixelate as its ability, which means any normal type move can be a fairy type move. So I'm hoping that he doesn't have any fire type moves on his Sylveon. I don't even know if Sylveon can even learn fire type moves, but I think we should switch out to Scizor, which I was planning on starting for in the first place, but I was really expecting him to start with Bronzong. Not gonna lie to you guys, but let's see how this goes, because I just want to say, first of all, Jek, if you're watching this perspective, I know I'll be watching yours. I've seen you battle. You are a great battler. Currently, Jek and I are part of a three-way solo link with Always More Videos, the coach of the Kentucky Kinglers. So, you know, I'm terrified for good reason. But, you know, the good thing about my Scizor here is that Bullet Punch will be super strong because of Technician. Bullet Punch is not a very good move normally. Well, it's an alright still type move, but when you have Technician, this 40 base becomes a lot more than 40. So I'm predicting a switch out. I should have Swords Dance, but I'm glad he didn't bring the fire type. Arcanine was my only worry for Scizor, and he didn't bring it, so let's see what he does here. I'm predicting a switch out. If he switches out to Bronzong, I can see what I can do from there. But I'm definitely predicting a switch out here. Oh, yep, he withdrew it. Let me guess, Bronzong? ACDC's is Bronzong, right? Yep, thought so. It's a shiny Bronzong. Alright. Bullet Punch. Yeah, that didn't do very much at all. Okay, this game is going to be a lot of switches. Good luck to Timmy and Josh for their roundup for this battle, I guess. I don't know. So he had Levitate on his Bronzong last week. If he doesn't have Levitate, then he switched it to Heat Proof, because that's the only other ability that Bronzong has. But I'm not planning on using fire type moves anyway. I'm planning on using Darkest Lariat, because I was expecting Levitate to be on his Bronzong in the first place, and if I'm going to be using anything, I'm not going to use Flare Blitz. Okay, he's using Trick Room, which is going to mess with the stats and stuff. If he does switch out, he doesn't have anything on him that resists Dark. Unless I'm forgetting, like, does Dragon resist Dark? I don't know. I'm just going to use Darkest Lariat and see if he switches out. He's probably going to switch out. He probably thinks I'm going to use a fire type move. The curse about Incineroar being my fire type and having Flare Blitz as its only fire type move is that I have to use it only if I'm willing to risk Incineroar dying. Like last week, people were really confused about why I let Incineroar die against Matt's Ninetales. That's because, like, he ended up, you know, attacking me first and I barely survived, but I was willing to risk the death of Incineroar for that. So yeah, Flare Blitz is really just there to be a strong fire type move to risk it all. But let's see how much Darkest Lariat does this thing. And then we'll use an Earthquake. He probably doesn't know that I have Earthquake. I'm not sure if he watched my match last week or not. So maybe he doesn't know I have Earthquake. Let's see what he does with his Zekrom. I don't expect him to Dynamax this early, because he literally Dynamaxed in the last minute of his match against Derek last week. So let's see what he does. I don't think he has a Water-type move. His moveset that I wrote down for him is Crunch, Bolt Strike, Volt Switch, and Dragon Claw. So if he uses Volt Switch, then he's just going to end up switching out. Oh, I'm faster, and he did not switch out. Is this going to finish off his Zekrom? Ah, so close! His little threat from last week almost died to my Incineroar. Okay, his Dragon Claw did a lot of damage, but I'm faster, so unless he switches out, his Zekrom's gone. There goes MVP of week 1. Okay, let's not jinx anything, Landon. He's probably hoping for a switch out now, but his Zekrom's almost dead. I don't know what he can do with it now that it's almost dead. I mean, unless I switch out to my Poliwrath for some reason, or if I'm left to only my Poliwrath and he has Zekrom left. If it comes to that, but let's see what his thought process is here. Because the thing about Jek is that he takes a little bit to think about his moves. He thinks super competitively. He doesn't think about the timer going on. Him and Derek actually ran out to timer last week. Okay, so he is switching out. Is he switching out? Yep, he switched out to Bronzong. I had a feeling, but if he's switching out to Bronzong, that means that, you know, Incineroar is here. And I don't have to switch out to anything. I can just use Darkest Lariat. I'm not expecting a switch out again. Okay, he's using Gyro Ball. That's not going to do much to a fire type. Yeah, he was probably expecting to get a heavy hit and finish me off since I'm almost dead. I don't know if that's actually what he's thinking, but... how's his Pokemon surviving on, like, barely any HP? Is it because of the freaking, what's it called? What just went back to normal? The Trick Room? Is he gonna switch out again? Is he just gonna leave all his Pokemon on barely any HP? Because let me tell you, Jack, if your whole team ends up getting a little bit of HP and I have like 2 or 3 Pokemon left, it's not gonna turn out very well for you. You guys noticed last week that I didn't do like any switching out. I'm trying to, like, you know, I didn't really switch out because I didn't really have to. It ended up leaving me with 1 Pokemon, but I feel like I would have lost if I did switch out. You know, I would have risked too many Pokemon, so... obviously, I've switched out a couple times, but Jack is switching out more than I am. So, let's see what he goes for next, because we still have not killed a Pokemon yet in this match. No Pokemon has fainted yet. Don't know how long, well, 20-minute limit. Let's see how it goes. Okay, he's sacking off his Bronzong. He doesn't have any other option right now. Kind of expected that. I felt like he was going to switch up, but I was like, what to? Which is probably what he was thinking too. Alright, there goes the Bronzong. Is he bringing back out Zekrom? Come on, Jack. Show me what you got. My Incineroar can take care of a lot of his team, especially since he brought the Tangrowth this week, instead of Arcanine. Zekrom almost died to Earthquake. Cryogonal can die to a Flare Blitz. To be honest, it could die from a Darkest Lariat too. Cryogonal is literally fragile to Snowflake. Sylveon is still alive. Obviously, Incineroar can't do the most against that, but he can definitely switch out to Scizor. Okay, he's bringing out the Snorlax. He's bringing out an Inevitable. This is going to be a switch out from me. See, Snorlax last week had Rest, Sleep Talk, Body Slam, and Heavy Slam. If it has Heavy Slam, then that's a Steel type move. So I think what I'm going to go for here is Poliwrath, and then if he does a lot of damage to Poliwrath, then I can just use Rest, and then use Rest Talk, and hopefully our friend Poliwrath doesn't end up using Rest while it's using Sleep Talk, because I'm going to freak out. Okay, it's using Earthquake, that's going to be resisted thanks to Water. Okay. Body Slam and Heavy Slam are both resisted as well. He can also Rest and Sleep Talk, like I said, so he might have Rest Talk for his Snorlax as well. But then again, he could have changed his moveset. You never know. So I'm going to use Drain Punch. Oh, he's actually switching out. Okay. You bringing out Tangrowth? Had a feeling. Okay. Well, we'll take our HP back and switch out. I'm not going to switch out to Incineroar this time, obviously, because if this thing uses anything that's not... Well, I'm expecting him to use a Grass-type move because I have my Water type out, but if Incineroar is slower, then I'm expecting that he has a move that isn't Grass-type to finish off Incineroar. The thing about Grass-types in VGC is that Grass-types aren't usually the strongest, but there are a pick few that are actually really good, and Tangrowth is one of them, just because it's bulky. Grass-types are usually weak. Because, you know, if you take a piece of grass and tear it in half, it's not going to be that hard. For a perfect analogy of that, but we're actually going to switch out to Hawlucha. So look at us using these two for the first time. He's probably thinking, I wonder if he expected me to switch out there. Alright, come on, Rey Mysterio. Show him what you got. Tickle. Okay. So maybe he was expecting a switch out. He wanted to lower my attack and my defense. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if I want to Swords Dance. Well, his Tangrowth isn't holding an item because items are illegal in the EBL, so... Guess that's a big dub for me, but I'm expecting a switch out again. If he switches out to Zekrom, his Zekrom's probably gonna die. I know Acrobatics is resisted by both of Zekrom's types, but it's barely got any HP. Let's see what he does here. I'm expecting maybe Cryogonal too. If he switches out to Cryogonal, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I kind of expected that he would have Cryogonal in case I brought a Flying type, which I only have this Flying type. Okay, he's withdrawing. Who's he bringing out? He's bringing out Reshiram. Oh wait, no. Sorry, he named his Sylveon Ram. I get confused by that. I don't know why I didn't consider his Sylveon. I'm guessing that his Sylveon is faster. But if not, then I'm gonna finish him off. I don't want to Dynamax. The only way that I'd like be like, yeah, let's finish off this thing is like, let's Dynamax. But no, we're gonna switch out to Luigi. Just don't want to risk anything. And hopefully his Sylveon doesn't have any fire type moves, because he switched out last time. Hyper Voice. See, what he has left, Snorlax would be the only one that could take Bullet Punch really well, so maybe he's going to switch out to Snorlax, but he doesn't have Bronzong to switch out to anymore, so... if he switches out to Zekrom, that Zekrom's going to die. If he switches out to Cryogonal, that Cryogonal's going to take a heavy hit. But... yeah, he's sending out the Snorlax, I expected that. But he probably doesn't expect for me to have Superpower, so... depending on what his Snorlax can do, which is barely anything, because, Steel. Let's see what Superpower can do. Because obviously it's going to lower my stats, but he probably doesn't know that I have it. Wait, does Superpower look... yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Whatever. I'm using Superpower. Wow, just like that, his Snorlax is down. He's probably upset. Crit 2. I wonder how upset he is about that. Yeah, it does lower stats. Wow. His Snorlax did really well last week, so I didn't expect to take it out so easily. But at the same time, his Zekrom's almost dead as well. I didn't expect to take that out so easily either. But let's see where Julian is going to go for next, because he hasn't killed any of my Mons yet. And I've killed 2 of his, so... yeah, he's probably really thinking right now. Really, really thinking. Deciding what he wants to do. If you guys are enjoying the match so far, make sure to hit the like button, and I'm recommending that after you are done watching this, before you watch the other matches this week, which you should definitely do with all the links to the coaches in the description, to check out my battle against Matty Ice last week. A very, very exciting match. We both had a lot of fun with it. Like I said before, I won, so you already know the outcome, but yeah. So he switched out to his Grass type. The first thing that I think of doing here is, again, switching it to Rey Mysterio. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm not going to risk Incineroar for it, so if he's going to tickle me again, so be it. I think for the first turn, if I'm kind of expecting him to switch out, I'm going to use... oh, he has Sleep Powder on this thing. I did not expect that. I should have thought about that. He has a Grass type, he's probably going to have Sleep Powder. Or some sort of sleeping move. I'm gonna hit it with the Acrobatics. Hope that we can have Hawlucha wake up quickly. Come on, Rey Mysterio. You can do it. Alright, let's see what Jek is gonna do. Okay, he's withdrawing. Is he going for the Cryogonal? No, he's going for Zekrom. Okay, not a bad strat. Like I said, I could have easily taken out his Zekrom with Hawlucha, but he put it to sleep. I didn't expect that at all. Well, I think the very obvious choice for us to go here is go for the one that Zekrom can't do Boo to. But he's probably going to see Quagsire and switch out to his Tangrowth. So I guess this is just going to be a switching fest or something. I don't know. I'm going to use Earthquake, even though I'm expecting him to switch out. And then if he ends up switching out to Tangrowth, I mean... actually, you know what? I think I'm going to Toxic, because if I Toxic, then his Zekrom will be on a timer, and if not, then his Tangrowth will be on a timer. So we'll just hit it with the Toxic, see what we can do from there. Because the Zekrom is almost dead, Toxic is all we really need to finish it off. So it's probably like, wow, should I switch out to my Tangrowth again? What does he have on this Quagsire? Oh boy. Still hasn't knocked out any of my Pokemon. Okay, I expected him to switch out Zekrom. He's sending out his Cryogonal now. Oh. Okay. Well, we're gonna hit him with the Toxic. Good thing it hit. I wouldn't be surprised if he has Freeze Dry on this. So I'm not gonna well, Ice type moves it. I'm not gonna switch out to Hawlucha. If it has Freeze Dry, then that's a big danger for Poliwrath, but if it doesn't, then we should be fine, and I'm just going to use Drain Punch, so... This is a big risk for Poliwrath, but that allows me for a clean switch out to Incineroar. And I'm probably going to use Flare Blitz there. I know. You're probably like, oh, he shouldn't be risking that and stuff like that, but I don't know. If he switches out to Tangrowth for some reason, then, well, I wouldn't be surprised because Water type, but I'm going to switch out to Incineroar anyway. So let's see what goes on here, because he's probably expecting me to do switch out. But yeah, if he has Solar Beam on Cryogonal, which I know Cryogonal can learn Solar Beam, he's probably going to start with that too, so let's hope my Poliwrath's faster, because if he is going to hit me with a Solar Beam at least, I can get a Drain Punch and maybe finish it off. But he's taking a bit to decide what he's going to do. Come on, check. Come on, check. Okay, there we go. What you gonna use? What you gonna use? Freeze Dry! I expected it. Okay. This is probably gonna kill. Fighting resists ice, so I'm not surprised, especially since Poliwrath's bulky, that she took that. Let's see if we're faster. That would be really nice. Okay, we're not. We're not faster, so there goes Poliwrath. Actually, you know what? All he has left is Zekrom, Cryogonal, Sylveon, and Tangrowth. So I'm going to switch out to Incineroar, and you guys probably can guess what I'm going for next. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me, because, you know, Incineroar is almost dead, but actually, you know what? I don't know, because if he's got that Tangrowth, I don't know if Dynamaxing Scizor would benefit me that much, because Tangrowth isn't weak to any of the moves. Whatever. If this is a risk, it's a risk. You know what, I'm not going to Dynamax until he Dynamaxes. Let's go with the Darkest Lariat. Like I said before, Cryogonal probably won't be able to take a Darkest Lariat very well, so if he's faster, we'll see what he can do with his Cryogonal, but I'm expecting a switch out probably. If he switches out to Sylveon, that's the only problem. If he switches out to literally anything else, then we're fine. So let's see what he does here. You guys were probably like, no, don't Dynamax Landon, don't Dynamax Landon. I'm like, okay, I won't. Alright. So he's using Freeze Dry. Is that going to kill my Incineroar? Nope. Incineroar takes that well. If it froze, I was probably going to freak out like Matt did last week. Alright, we finished it off with Darkest Lariat. Okay, if he switches out to the Zekrom, Earthquake it is. If he switches out to anything, I'm probably... yeah, we'll see. Okay, sending out Zekrom. Oh, there's only 2 minutes left. Has he still... oh, he knocked out Poliwrath, but that's it. Incineroar, are you going to be my MVP this week? Are you going to be the MVP of the division? Let's EQ this thing. We're faster than his Zekrom, so... come on, Jack. 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 We've only got 2 minutes left, man. Let's wrap it up. Oh, how did his Zekrom ended up being faster? I thought I was faster before. I might have missed a speed stat lowering. Whatever. He's got Sylveon, Tangrowth, and Zekrom left. We're just gonna switch out to Tapu Ladle. Only 3 Pokemon left. I hope he's not gonna Dynamax here. I really hope he's not gonna Dynamax here, because that's just gonna be a waste. I'm gonna use Max Starfall. I'm gonna Dynamax, because I don't want to end up risking that he's gonna Dynamax and then, you know, lose the battle. Because, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing a little bit overkill, but I just don't want his Zekrom to do anything to me. To be honest with you, I'm just a teensy little bit scared of his Zekrom. But, as long as I can take out the Zekrom, I win this match. With 4 Pokemon left versus his 2, so if it's overkill, it's overkill. Oh, he is Dynamaxing. Okay. Well, it's still 4-3. I was hoping for a stronger win than this, but... I mean, hey, me Dynamaxing first obviously means I'm faster, so... This is the second week in a row Jek has Dynamaxed on his last turn. Come on, Lele, finish off this darn Zekrom. Man, if only I'd finished it off with Earthquake earlier, maybe I wouldn't have been able to kill one more of his mons, but, yep. There goes the Zekrom, so it looks like the Iowa Incineroar or the winners of week 2, leaving us at 2-0. Again, like I said last week, I don't know how the rankings work and stuff like that, and obviously I don't know who won between Derek and Foos. So I don't know if I'm going to be second place after this or what. He's sending out his Sylveon. The battle is going to end after we choose our moves. So, but yeah, that was a really good match, Jack. I just want to tell you that you did well, but yeah. Thank you for the very good battle. I had fun with it, and we're actually going to hop on a call with Julian right now. Yes, I believe I get to take his card as well, unless I already took that. Okay, whatever. But I'm going to hop on a call with Julian here in a little bit, so I will see you guys back when I'm on, call with him.
Anyways, yeah, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good about the match, obviously, because GG's, I won.
Yeah.
I was nervous about it, but as you guys saw early in the match, I gave you guys my prediction, and I got every member of Jek's team right, except for he brought Tangrowth instead of Arcanine. So I kind of brought Poliwrath and Quagsire, to prepare for the Arcanine, but at the same time, it was fine that you brought Tangrowth, because, I had Hawlucha and Incineroar for that.
Yeah.
But the thought process for why I predicted 4 out of the 5 of the members that I correctly predicted. Cryogonal I predicted because you said next week it's my Snowflake versus your ice cream cone, which I didn't bring my ice cream cone. Then you were trying to prepare Sylveon with its ability, so I expected you to bring Sylveon, which is why I brought Scizor. Snorlax I just assumed you'd bring because you love Snorlax, and Zekrom you said you were planning to bring every week after last week, so that's why I predicted those.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I think my biggest misplay, because it would have been a little bit differently if I didn't misplay against the health on your Incineroar. I don't know why I did that, because the second I did hit you, I remembered that I got you to yellow, but then when I switched out, in my mind, I replaced the health that I had on my Zekrom on your Incineroar. So that's why I did Gyro Ball, like I said multiple times. And then I looked back, I was like, wait, what? But even in the video, I was like, oh, shoot, I misplayed. I was like, what did I do there? I was like, I think I changed the health bars in my mind. And then I put my glasses on, and I was like, what the heck did I do? I was like, oh my god, that was so dumb. I was like, I did not just do that, because I've never did something like that where I completely forgot where your health was, or I switched the health bars from my opponent with my Mon. And I was like, well, that sucks. I was like, well, that's my Bronzong then, because I said if I would have remembered that, or I would have misplaced the health bars, I would have went to Snorlax, and my Trick Room would have been off, and I would have went to Earthquake. So regardless of what Mon you would have brought in, that I think you would have brought in your Poliwrath, because I think Poliwrath was to counter a big part of my Snorlax. I would have got a free Earthquake on him, and then the game would have went on from there, but I wouldn't have lost my Bronzong. And my Bronzong was good against anyone that had Earthquake, and your Quagsire as well, because Quagsire, from what I saw in your last match, you had Scald, Earthquake, Rest, and Toxic. Toxic wouldn't work on him, and Earthquake wouldn't work on him, so you only had Scald. And then, well, that wouldn't have done that much, because my special defense was so high. But could have got the burn. But it was especially made for to counter ground types and your fairy types. So your Tapu Lele, even if it hit me, it was resisted, quad resisted on both sides, and I had Gyro Ball that would have probably killed. But the big thing, and I'm still kicking myself in the butt, because I'm just like, how did I do that? How did I mix the health bars? Like, I'm sure when that happened, you looked at yourself and you're like, Jack, what are you doing?
Yeah, I saw the gyro ball. I was just like, so is he expecting at like 80 HP he's gonna finish off my fire type with that, or?
No, like I said, like when I did it and I looked at your health bar, I was like, huh? 'Cause I thought you were in red, and then when you killed me and I looked at my mons, I looked at my Zekrom in my mind. I think I said it in the video. I was like, I think I switched to health bars. I think I thought my health that my Zekrom had was on your Incineroar, and I was like, huh? Wow, GG's for my Bronzong. And then I was like, everything else was like, every time you would do a move, I did predict. Like, the only thing I didn't predict as well was, I think your Tapu Lele was faster than I thought you were. Because I looked at like Tapu Lele's stats before, and his speed is like his second lowest or his lowest stat that it has, besides its defense, I think. So I was like, I don't see him boosting EVs on his speed, but I was like, you never know. But I did not expect your Tapu Lele to be faster than my Zekrom. 100% sure. I was like, I don't think so. But apparently I was wrong in that, so that surprised me. But besides that, the only other thing that that surprised me was you not switching your Earthquake with Low Kick, and then you not having Hypnosis and having Drain Punch. I was like, oh, okay, well that surprised me. And High Science 2020, obviously, Hypnosis is low accuracy. But, sleep, you said it was the Sleep Talk meta, and I was like, well, Scald, Rest, Sleep Talk, and might have Hypnosis to put your opponent's Swan to sleep, regardless. I was like, but Drain Punch did its thing, but yeah, those are the main things that surprised me. And my fumble, man, I have nothing to say about that. It was just like, that was my bad, man. I can't believe I did that, but, it is what it is. But no, GG's, man. It was a good battle. It would have been better if I wouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. You played good. You predicted well on the team. It was the same team for me. The only mon that I missed was one on your team. But yeah, GG's, man.
GG's indeed. Thank you for that battle. I can't just say this because I won, but I had fun. So hopefully you did too.
I did, but I feel bad. I feel bad because I did that fumble, because it's the first time I ever did a fumble like that where I messed up the HP bars. But it is what it is. My nerves were pretty high as well. I think that didn't contribute well on that. But it is what it is, right? Hey, we all make mistakes sometimes, but yeah. I do want a rematch off screen to see. Now I won't do that fumble, and I want to fight the same teams to see how good it stacks up at that point. But so GG's. I'm gonna do my outro, and we'll talk after the battle.
All right.
We'll talk after the video. All right.
Good luck to you on your battle with Josh next week.
Oh yeah. That I will make sure to not fumble the HP bars next time. All right, buddy. Talk to you after.
See ya.
Peace.
Well, that was the very, very wholesome Jechnician. If you guys did enjoy the battle, once again, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to check out the other coaches and their matches for this week. Week 2 is currently going on, in case you forgot. The other matches include, like I said before, Fusro Dubs, Everglade Entes versus Always More Videos Kentucky Kinglers. You saw this match, I don't need to name that. Josh, aka LonelyHermit's LA Inferno versus Forsaken Aces Redwood Meowths. Over on Game Review's channel and on Matt's channel, Matty Ice, Stone Family 64, you can find the Detroit Luxrays versus the Philadelphia Flygons. And last but not least, sorry, not Matt's channel. I saw Atlanta Braviary, I put the wrong one. Philadelphia Flygons is LoneWolf's channel. Go to LoneWolf's channel. Sorry to both Matt and Wolf. Over on Matt's channel and Guanako's channel, you can find the Miami Dragon Knights versus the Atlanta Braviary. That is the correct one. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching week 2. I'm very, very content with the fact that I won again, and to Matt, once again, to destroy his feelings for the 5th time this video. Your prediction was wrong. You expected me to only get 1 win, but here I am at a 2-0 record, so let's see where it goes from here. But yeah, this is Infernomen burning out, and I'll catch you guys with the Iowa Incineroar in the next match of the EBL against the Kentucky Kinglers. I had to read that for a second. Goodbye.